the forefathers of this nation, black and white forefathers, yes, there were black and white forefathers, would be completely proud of real parents, real men, real women of America standing up to do exactly what their Constitution was written for, is that if the government try to overstep their boundaries, then we, the freaking people, get pissed off and then we fight back at it, plain and simple.
You're a natural born public speaker, and that's a fact.
Do you actually feel guilty or were you just told to feel guilty?
Focus on actually what we can do.
Point it out and show it to me.
You have the freedom to do what you want to and be what you want to in America.
What are we going to do about it?
What oppressed me?
Just saying.
So the CRT stuff, BS.
What's the dealio, folkio? So you guys can see probably by this title right here, there's been some awesome breaking news right here. You see, it says downstate judge finds in favor of parents who object to Governor J.B. Pritzker school mask mandate. CPS says COVID-19 protocols will continue, right? So hundreds of students at the Chicago Public School and scores of districts across the state may be freed from wearing a mask in the classroom, with Illinois judge ruling Friday that J.B. Pritzker COVID-19 mandate was authorized illegally. Sangamon County Circuit Judge Raylene Grishaw on Friday granted a request from downstate attorney Tom DeVore. Tom DeVore, great guy. Me and Tom DeVore became really acquainted when we both spoke on the same stage at Breakthrough Ideas. And then I spoke at another event in Champaign where we got together, and really good guy, keep in close contact with him for other issues that I'm not going to explain on here. But I'm supposed to be getting more information from Tom DeVore, which I'll probably explain to you guys a little later. All right. And this right here says Sangamon County Circuit Judge, I already read that part, yada, peanut butter, granted a request from downstate attorney Tom DeVore to temporarily halt the governor's executive orders on masking and quarantining for schools, finding that the measures are beyond the governor's authority to deprive students of due process. This is what I'm talking about, folks. Yeah, we the people are pissed off. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not trying to promote Tom DeVore or anything like that, but I hope I remember this. I'm gonna say it while I'm thinking about it right now. The districts that Tom DeVore is gonna send me later on through email, I'm gonna do probably a part 2 to this video and let you guys know what districts those are that actually are impacted by this and what I mean. This is not all across the whole state of Illinois. This is mainly for those districts and those parents or the plaintiffs that form these complaints and got Tom DeVore to do this. It's for those districts. Now, again, he will be sending me an email of all the schools that's on there, okay? So I'll get back to that a little later. It says this court acknowledges the tragic toll the COVID-19 pandemic has taken, not only on this state, but throughout the nation and the globe. Grishaw wrote in the decision, nonetheless, it is the duty of the courts to preserve the rule of law, and ensure that all branches of government act within the boundaries of the authority granted under the Constitution. A judge that actually is going by the Constitution. That's what I'm talking about. Mandates are not law, ladies and gentlemen. Pritzker issued a statement on Friday saying he asked the Attorney General's office for an immediate appeal of the decision. The grave consequences of this misguided decision is the schools in these districts no longer have sufficient tools to keep students and staff safe while COVID-19 continues to threaten our communities, and this may force schools to go remote. Boo the freaking who. I'm serious about it. 2 years and we done lockdowns, we done social distances, you done masking everything, and still it's not under control. It's not about what y'all saying it's about anymore. Folks are done with that. We the people are pissed off. Nobody is doing, this is not science no more. This is trying to be a tyrannical type of government. Plain and simple. Has nothing to do with what he's trying to make it about. Oh, now they're gonna play the game of, oh, it can have grave consequences. Oh, could that be because Governor Pritzker made this accusation that the grave consequences of this misguided decision is the schools in these districts? Can that be like misinformation that he just got out? Can he be flagged for that? Plain and simple. When it comes down to this, if you want to wear a mask going to school, you feel comfortable doing that as a student, go ahead. But the point is, for the districts that Tom DeVore fought so hard for and got them to actually halt it right now, I cannot wait. Parents, if you are listening to me right now, please, please, please find a way to get a hold of me. tsmith1264@yahoo.com. I want you guys to show me videos of what your kids are doing. Show me any type of video. Show me any pictures. Send that to me so I can put this out on all my social media platforms. I can get a hold of a lot of different folks that I'm in contact with and have them do the same thing too, because this is something that should absolutely be celebrated. To me, this is an awesome win. Tom DeVore, thank you for your hard work out there fighting for the American people and definitely the people of Illinois. So students from Barrington High School leave the school for a day on January 31st, 2022. District 220 is one of the 146 districts named in the lawsuit. Okay, so this says in the judge's ruling, in her ruling, the judge sided with parents who allege that students who object to wearing masks or being excluded from school for being a COVID-19 close contact are entitled to due process, and that such measures are a form of modified quarantine that can only be required by the local health department. The Illinois Department of Health, Public Health, is limited by law to delegating its authority only to certified local health departments and has not been authorized to legislator to delegate any of its authority to any of the body of government, including school districts, she wrote. I hope that everybody else is kind of catching on to this. I don't know if each state has its own law when it comes to this, but I hope other people are listening to this and catching on to what the judge said here. The restraining order prevents the state from ordering school districts to require students involved in the lawsuit to wear masks if they object, except during the terms of lawful order of quarantine issued from their respective health department. I said it before, folks, that you cannot just go and do things and follow certain kind of orders based off a hearsay. You got to know what all these different districts, what these municipalities, what all these things contain, because I said this at one of the facilities that I work at. When they first started saying, you guys better get vaccinated by Monday or you can't come to work, blah, 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 blah. And I said, is this in writing? Is it in policy? And if it is, can y'all email that to me? I want to see that this is in writing, in policy, so I can have my lawyer, the attorney, go after the person that actually put this because it's illegal. Oh, well, it's because the government said it and it came from the White House. Well, okay, but no, I don't care what the White House said verbatim. I want to know if it's in our jobs policy that you guys are getting ready to try to enforce something that's a mandate. It's not law. And if you are going to force this, I want it in writing. I want it in policy so I can know who to send the lawyers them after once we file a lawsuit. What ended up happening? Oh, well, we're going to halt on it right now. We're going to wait. Yeah, okay. See, folks, it's only a mandate if you actually end up agreeing to it and doing it. A mandate is not law. Anyway, let me digress from that. The restraining order, I already read this part. It said the order also prevents the state from requiring school districts to force school employees who sued to get vaccinated or tested twice a week without first providing them due process of law. So teachers, please, teachers out there that's listening to this, if you are part of that 146 or 147 school district that's part of this lawsuit and you no longer have to abide by wearing a mask and you no longer have to abide by them trying to test you twice a week, please be strong. You are being a part of history right now. You are about to be a part of something right now to where you will definitely be remembered. Are you going to be that teacher that was remembered for being brave, for not caring about what your other counter co-workers care about you? Not you really standing up for what you feel. I mean, come on, you go home, you talk to your wife, you talk to your husband about what you really feel about this situation, what you wish you really could do about this situation. Just because you are part of the teachers union, or you might be a part of your teachers or your friends that actually are workers of yours, you still have your own beliefs. You still have your own rights. And if you are a teacher there and you are standing up, please don't be afraid to do so. Please do not be afraid to do so. You are standing up for righteousness. You are standing up for truth. Do not be afraid to do that, okay? Now, this says Grishaw denied DeVore's request that the lawsuits be given class certification, which, if granted, would have extended the ruling to all students at the nearly 170 school districts named in the lawsuits. One filed by parents against 146 school districts and the second filed by school employees against 21 school districts. Although she denied class certification, Judge, I hope I'm not massacring the name, but Judge Grishaw pointed out in a footnote to the decision that she had declared the emergency rules at issue from Illinois Department of Public Health and Illinois State Board of Education void. It says, quote, thus, none named plaintiffs and school districts throughout this state may govern themselves accordingly, she wrote. The judge's ruling means that any school district that attempts to enforce the mask requirement against any student whose parents joined the lawsuit would be held in contempt of court, according to DeVore, who said parents who want the ruling to apply to their children can join the lawsuit. If you want the ruling to apply to your children, you can join this lawsuit. Get a hold of Tom. Oh, man. I don't have his card with me. I was going to say, get a hold of Tom DeVore's law offices to be a part of this. I don't know if this entails my district here, District 87 or District 5 in Bloomington, Illinois, but I'm darn sure I'm going to find out. And if this doesn't, we need to get together with some parents and other folks that I know of, and we need to get ahead. And I got Tom's number. I can get a hold of him if we want to go ahead and do it. We should go ahead and do this if District 87 and District 5 is not a part of this. Okay, let me go ahead and finish this. DeVore, an outspoken critic of Pritzker handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, has long argued that the school mask mandate and other mitigation strategies the governor has declared by executive order could not be enforced unless they were formally approved by the General Assembly. Tom says, I don't pretend to understand the political complexities at Chicago public schools, but I do know the law can't be disregarded, and you've got a judge who upheld the law as it's written. DeVore said shortly after Judge Grishow issued the ruling. CPS issued a statement Saturday saying the ruling would not prevent the district from continuing to wear masks, to require masks. Let me requote that. CPS issued a statement Saturday saying the ruling would not prevent the district from continuing to require masks. The court's current ruling does not prohibit CPS from exercising its authority to continue its COVID-19 mitigation policies and procedures, including universal masking by students and staff and vaccination and testing requirements for staff members, the statement said. We are confident that masking and vaccination have been key parts to keeping the virus transmission low in our classrooms this year and successfully allowed our faculty and students to safely teach and learn in person. The statement said, our caseload is declining and the number of vaccinated students and staff continues to increase. We will stay the course. Nope. Folks are done with that. They can try to lot all they want to. We are confident that the masking and vaccinations have been key parts. No, it hasn't. What has been key parts is that the virus has ran its course, ran its rampage all over America for the past 2 years. And the real science and people who have stood up for this, who tries to speak out and show you the real truth of what masking doesn't do. We see that the solution that a lot of people have been given in 2 doses, they still end up contracting COVID and being transmissible and being contagious and passing it on, and they became sick. We've seen that people who have taken 3 solutions have also done the same. They've gotten sick, they became contagious, they passed it on. They've gotten sick from it again. We've seen that some people who even got the 4th solution, same exact thing. So it really didn't, the vaccination that people got for measles, mumps, and rubella was a thing once. Yeah, y'all know where I'm going with that? I'm not about to say that because I can get booted off here. But if you gotten those solutions, certain solutions put into your system, and you still can contract COVID-19, Omicron, Delta, and all that, you still can transmit it to somebody else. You still can get severely sick from it, aka Stephen A. Smith did. So, with that being said, what are you going to attribute it to? It's definitely not attributed to the mask. It's definitely not going to be attributed to the vaccination. What is it attributed to? It's run its course. Just like this year. People have been coming to our hospitals with the flu. They've been coming to the hospitals with severe colds. These things, they happen. So to me, this right here, even though they might try to throw these virtual signal words out there, things you got to look for. Well, if we're going to do this, the reason why is because people are getting vaccinated and the people are wearing a mask, they're doing what they're supposed to. That's why we're seeing the numbers go down, and we're seeing, no. Anyway, the Chicago Teachers Union noted in a statement Friday that the judge ruling states that collective bargaining agreements are still enforceable. Our January 2022 agreement with Chicago Public Schools, which guarantees masking, will keep schools open and safe, the union said. No, it won't. No, it won't. No, they will not. At Arlington Heights School District 25, which was named in the school's employees' lawsuit, officials said late Friday that the district's reviewing the judge's ruling and will reach out to our staff and our community when we have further information. Many Illinois school districts have said that regardless of the outcome, they will continue to strongly encourage students and staff to follow the state's masking guidelines and other COVID-19 protocols. Parents, this is where y'all kick in at. Listen to me, parents. This is where y'all really kick in at, okay? Listen to these words here. It says, regardless of the outcome, they will continue to strongly encourage students and staff to follow the state's masking guidelines. please talk to your children and make sure that when they go to school, they come back and tell you as a parent what the school has strongly been doing to encourage them to follow the state mask. And if it's any type of coercion, any type of bullying, any of that whatsoever, please have your child come back and let you know, because they're so-called strongly encouraging. Yeah, that can be a form of bullying and all that. Matter of fact, if I was to send my son to school with no mask on, there better not be a word said to my son. Hey, don't you want to put on the mask, sir? Don't say, if I send my son to school without his mask on, don't say a freaking word to him about him not having his mask on. Don't say a word to my son. And if any of his students or the teachers might, because teachers have gotten crazy in Bloomington, Illinois. Yes, they have. If teachers actually try to coerce any other students, his peers, to go and say something to him like, Brandon, I thought you were our friend. Hey, I thought you were our this. Hey, hey, Thomas, I thought you were our friend. Hey, Sherry, I thought you were our friend. Hey, Jennifer, I thought you were our friend. Don't you want, if any teacher try to coerce any other students to go and say something to any of our children, that's going to be an issue right there too. I will be up at the school talking to the principal. Yes, I would. That's exactly as a parent. Do not say a freaking word to my child when they come to school without a mask on, or it's going to be on. Yes, it will be on. Anyway, the judge's decision brought relief to parents like Shannon Addick of Naperville, a mother of 3, and one of the plaintiffs in the lawsuit against the Indian Prairie School District of 204. Said, we had a victory for liberty today. The kids will finally be able to go to school mask-free, and Addick, the president of the parents group Awake in Illinois. This is a legitimate due process ruling, and you're going to see a lot of families pushing back now. Exactly. Parents, push back for the freaking liberty, the safety of your children. Even if your children do not understand all the ramifications that come with what you're doing, they may not understand that this is actually a fight for liberty, for freedom, for their rights, because they don't know it. To them, the teachers and this media have got them all bamboozled in the mind. The teachers got them all so just confused that the kids think it's everything about this sickness. It's about this sickness. It's about this. No, it's about the government taking away the rights of the people, especially if you don't know those rights. I can easily take something from you if you don't even know that you have it. Steve Lutzy, a farmer and former longtime school board member with the Warsaw Community Unit District 316, said his involvement in upending the governor's school mask mandate and other COVID-19 mitigation started at his kitchen table with a few farmers and neighbors. This ruling is euphoric for all of these parents and mostly for the kids. Some people aren't ready for this, which I understand, but it's been our stance all along that parents need to make the choice on their own. Officials with the Illinois Department of Public Health and the state board were not immediately available for comment on Friday. Parents, with that being said, I'm telling you right now, make sure that you keep your communication with your child just on point. Stay in communication with them, because it's going to be a trying time. I mean, with this right here, I will have my kids will be walking to school proud. Yeah, the reason why we're able to do this right now because my dad stood up. The reason we're able to do this right now is because my mother stood up. The reason we're able to do this right now because my uncle, my aunts, the people in my neighborhood, they stood up. Make sure you prepare your child mentally for when they go to school. You got to prepare them mentally to ignore the nonsense about other kids that's wearing masks. I'm telling you, because it's going to happen. Your child might end up going and facing all types of weird bullying, virtue signaling nonsense. You make sure you let your child know that when you go to school, you are doing something that is historical. People are going to remember you for being this. They're going to remember you for being brave. They're going to remember you for standing up. That's what it's about. Do not be mad that majority of these people who feel that they should continue to wear masks because of fear of their own safety, yada, yada, peanut butter, they can continue to wear masks. If you feel that your vaccination and that your mask is going to protect you, then you should have no fear about me not wearing one, right? If the mask protects you and the vaccination protects you, you should have no problem with me being around you without no mask on. Plain and simple. But like I said, parents, listen to me. This is an awesome victory. Tom DeVore, shout out to you. I cannot wait to get the email from you so I can name off those school districts that this actually involved. So that means it can actually make more people in Illinois to jump on board to do this same exact thing, folks, because this is how we win. This is how we come together to show the rest of the world, to show this nation that this was what America was all about. We were all about unity. Excuse me. About unity. We always rebelled against anything to try to overrule us to something that was completely unrighteous. That's how we got where we are right now. This right here, screw all the black and white stuff. This right here is showing the true blood that flows through all real Americans to show real patriotism to your love for your country, your love for freedom. This is how we do it right here. So with that being said, I'm not going to back down. I don't care what any of y'all have to say about me. Fighting for my children's freedom, fighting for my own freedom. You darn right. There ain't no size in this. This ain't no black and white thing. This ain't no, you just tap. You can say what you want to, but you have no idea. I'm fighting for your goddamn freaking freedom too. You talking about being a the black people, we were all slaves. They trying to enslave everybody right now. Black people, we talk about all the, slavery. We didn't like being slaves, right? No? Well, guess what? That's exactly what they're trying to do right now. But it's not just a class of race right now. It's everybody. And your children included on that. So again, if you feel that, oh my God, now that they're going to go to school without wearing masks, they're going to infect everybody, then you don't send your dang on child to school. Then you don't send your child to school then. And better yet, if your child is vaccinated and they got a mask on and my child is coming to school not vaccinated without no mask on, what are you worried about? What are you worried about? Lash out all you want to, be mad all you want to. This is not about your dang on safety. This is not about your dang on health, blah, blah, blah. It's not about that. This is about the fact that you have no idea that a dang on elite evil force is trying to enslave everybody with its tyrannical ruling. Plain and simple. You want to keep your child safe? Then you keep them at home. If you want to keep them whatever, less safe and more whatever, keep them at home. If you want to send your child to school and you feel that your child should wear a mask to protect your child, that's on you and that child, plain and simple. You're going to have to deal with the overall longevity of the psychological ramifications it's going to have on your child. But for the rest of we American folks, the real true American patriots who all about freedom, this is what we're talking about right here. And this is how we're going to continue to fight. Not scared, not backing down. The whole narrative of what they're doing right now is unraveling and it has them scared. And I'm telling you, my American people, continue to fight, continue to stand up. Do not be scared. We are making history. The forefathers of this nation, black and white forefathers, yes, there were black and white forefathers, would be completely proud of real parents, real men, real women of America standing up to do exactly what that Constitution was written for, is that if the government try to overstep their boundaries, then we, the freaking people, get pissed off and then we fight back at it, plain and simple. Let's keep this going, ladies and gentlemen. Come at us. Come at us. It's a wrap. The silent majority is definitely speaking right now. So for this tyrannical ruling and all this, Pritzker and Illinois and all this, we coming. We are coming. I'm Ty Smith, modern Renaissance man, hoping and praying that every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing. Most of all, hoping and pray every last one of you guys are in great health. God bless you through Jesus. What is going on, folks? Appreciate you guys watching. Do me a favor, if you're trying to get to the next reaction video that I did after this video, it's right here. But if you're trying to get to my own personal stuff where I do a lot of comedy things that make you laugh, can help brighten your day, then you click right here, all right? And if you want to subscribe to this channel, you forgot to get to know who I am first, all right? Then you're going to click right here to lead you into this subscription. Make sure you hit the bell notifications to get notified anytime I post a video, all right? Peace.